Right now, wherever you are, stop moving. Don't turn your head. Just feel the space behind you. There it is, that faint pressure on the back of your neck, the quiet certainty that something could be there. You know nothing is. You feel it anyway. That feeling is older than language, older than fire, older than your species. You didn't learn it. You were born with it. And there is a reason it has never left you. Tonight, you'll learn what that presence really is, and you'll never sit in an empty room the same way again. Start with something that sounds impossible. Your brain has a system built for one single job, detecting when another pair of eyes is aimed at you. Not faces, not people, eyes. Scientists call it gaze detection, and it runs on its own dedicated wiring. That wiring plugs straight into the amygdala, your fear center. That is not an accident. In laboratories, researchers went deeper, recording single brain cells, one at a time, in primates. What they found is unsettling. There are neurons that fire only when a gaze points straight at you. Shift that gaze a few degrees, and the cell goes quiet. Look back, and it fires again. You carry cells whose entire purpose is one question for your whole life. Is it looking at me? To understand why, remember what you used to be. For millions of years, you were not the hunter. You were meat, leopards, lions, hyenas, snakes. And nearly every predator does the same thing before it strikes. It locks its eyes onto its target. So, a stare was never social. A stare was the last thing you saw before you died. The humans who felt that stare turned in time and lived. The ones who couldn't did not. You come only from the ones who felt it. That's why you're so good at it too. But here's where it gets strange. Look at almost any animal's eyes. A wolf, a chimp, your own dog. You can barely tell where they're looking. The whole eye is dark, on purpose. In the wild, hiding your gaze hides your intentions from prey and rivals alike. Now look at a human eye. We are the only primate on Earth with a bright white around the iris. We evolved the opposite of camouflage, a spotlight around our own gaze. Scientists call it the cooperative eye. It let us warn each other in silence, but it came with a price. We became the easiest species in the world to catch staring, and the easiest to feel stared at. Now, the part nobody tells you. This system was never built to be accurate. It was built to keep you alive. And survival follows one brutal rule. Assume the worst. Feel a gaze, and nothing's there? You lose 2 seconds. Miss a gaze that's real? You die. So, your brain is tuned to false alarms. Better to cry eyes 1,000 times than miss the ones that's real. That prickle on your neck in an empty house is not a malfunction. It's a 300,000-year-old alarm doing its job. Which brings us to now. For almost all of history, being watched meant a living creature was close, and you had to act. Your brain still believes that, but look at the world we built for it. Cameras on every street, a lens on the phone in your hand, millions of strangers behind the screen you post to. You are now watched almost every waking hour, and your brain can't tell a predator's eyes from a camera's. And it changes you, whether you notice or not. In 2006, researchers at Newcastle University ran a quiet experiment. A staff coffee room had an honesty box you paid for drinks on trust, no one watching. Some weeks, they taped a picture of flowers above it. Other weeks, a picture of eyes. Just paper. Everyone knew it wasn't real. Yet when the eyes watched, people paid nearly 3 times as much. A picture of eyes tripled human honesty. Your behavior bends to a gaze you know is not even real. So the next time you're alone and that cold weight settles on the back of your neck, understand what's happening. It's not a ghost. It's not paranoia. It's not you losing your mind. It's the oldest guardian you have, still standing watch, still scanning the dark for the eyes that once meant death. It kept every one of your ancestors alive long enough to make you, and it has never once stopped working. And now you know.